Okay, so we're in the shower today. What we're gonna do is take off this shower head and replace it with a new one. The water pressure hasn't been that great, so I'm gonna clean out the screen inside. So basically you can take pliers or just turn this right with your hand. Should come off pretty easy. And then once you take that off, you can see that there's some tape on here. I took some off already, but we want to make sure we get that all cleaned out. And one thing you can do to help with that is take an old toothbrush and scrape that right out. So as you can see, you can just take a toothbrush and it helps pull apart the tape a little bit more. You want to have it clean all the way through so that the threads are all nice and clean. So let's get that nice and all ready for the new fixture. So the next thing I like to do is just to clean this out and make sure that there is no dirt or anything in there, and then just run the water for like 5 to 10 seconds and just have it clear out any dirt or debris that's in there. Once you run the water, I like to just dry it off a little bit, make sure we get it all nice and clean before we put the new tape on. So let's just clean that up a little bit. Okay, now we're ready for some tape. So I got this started just because it's hard to tape while I'm doing the video, but basically you want to run this thread tape around like 2 or 3 times, and you can just pull it right off. Whoop. And then it should be all good to go. Okay, so you want to make sure this filter is in here pretty good. That's where you're going to get some leaks. We might have to put in a different filter if this isn't in tight enough. Okay, so now that we have the tape on, then we're just going to turn, however we can, turn this on. And you just turn it up over the tape. Ooh, and then you want to get it as tight as you can. So we don't want to scratch this. So I'm going to grab a towel and show you the next step. Okay, so we don't want to scrape this when we tighten it. So I usually put a towel around it, and then we can grab some channel locks, and then we can just tighten it up. So I can't do this with one hand, so I'm going to put the camera down, but you just tighten this up nice and tight. Okay, now the moment of truth. We're going to turn on the water and see if it works. Sweet. So you just want to check to make sure it's not leaking. It is leaking a little bit, so I'm going to tighten it up a little bit more, but we're good to go. Nice job.